tell me a little bit about that? Did things get a little bit personal now?
Yeah, a little bit more personal because I did respect him. I don't respect him anymore because he say I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that, and then he tried.
The just concluded press conference between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez.
In the middle of a press meeting with Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, I just hung up the phone. Canelo Alvarez hit Terence Crawford after there was another crazy fight in the crowd. Canelo Alvarez needs to pay a fine to the boxing officials for what he did wrong.
About the shove, that moment that happened on stage.
Oh, I'm turning on right now.
Right? Yeah. Did it make you want to go harder for the 13?
I don't know, but made me feel more.
According to a statement made public after the fight, Terence Crawford said he would hold his anger in until the big day, but Canelo Alvarez stopped him. I'll get back at them on fight night, no matter what. Keep an eye out for me. After deciding they didn't need to be rude to each other, the two fighters started pushing, swearing, and even throwing things at each other. There were clearly not many people ready for this fight. They only asked the attackers to stay calm and treat them with respect. But things are quickly getting out of hand.
Let him down. You know what I mean? I don't care about him down himself.
Yeah. Can I just ask, obviously he pushed you at the last press conference. Do you think at that point you got in his head for that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's in his head. I don't know what he's thinking about, So I don't know.
Things could also get out of hand on fight night if they keep going like this. One of the fighters could be knocked out for the first time in their career, and the fight might not go as planned. Canelo heard some mean things from Terence Crawford's coach right before the fight. Bomac thought that Crawford would easily beat Canelo by a large margin on the night of the fight. "We're going to beat this crazy dog," McIntyre is said to have said. Say the ring. "It won't be easy, but we're going to hit him over the head." What McIntyre said, "I promise you that. Check it out. I haven't steered you off track yet. To begin with, I'm not in the business. When I tried to tell them about Errol Spence Jr., they wouldn't listen." Crawford, his student, said something about the fight that made him sound more sure of himself than he ever has, and he still thinks he will easily beat Canelo. Crawford promised that he would beat Canelo in their next fight. He used to be the real middleweight champion and has never lost. He is getting ready to go to Las Vegas. Fans who thought Canelo would win his unbeaten super middleweight title on September 13th were wrong. According to the 41-0 star,
don't mean nothing. You ain't no Bud Crawford. They don't have that mentality. Having that mentality and going upside your head.
Before his fight with Canelo, Crawford told his fans in Nebraska, "All those doubters are going to cry when they get home at the end of the day, at the end of the fight." After the short talk, the press conference host, Todd Gisham, asked the two fighters what they thought about the upcoming fight. He said he doesn't care how a fight ends if it comes down to the wire. He likes being in charge of things that are under his control. "I can't pay attention to the judges. I only need to think about my skills and how I can handle things in the ring." "Oh," he said, "that's winning the battle."
And I meant that. Everybody's talking about the size and, me being a smaller fighter. But if you look on the stage, I've been sparring these big dudes my whole career.
As I said, any boxer can be knocked out. Canelo's chin has a very sharp bone. He's rough. He has the skills. There have been times when he was hurt, but not so badly that it is called rude. On the other hand, anyone can be knocked out in the right conditions. I'm always the one who steps up when it comes to taking the lead. When I had a job, I did all the work. Canelo can't ruin my moment. It's really that simple. Crawford is tough, and Canelo knows it because he is going up to weight classes to fight him.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
When asked about his fight on September 13 against an undisputed champion who was perfect at two weights, the Mexican hero said that size wouldn't worry him. He had already done well in the ring when he was younger. "I've been in his position before, and I'm not thinking about that," Canelo said. "I'm not going to think about going to work. I always get ready for a fight, no matter how big it is. I get it. I'm here to win. And I think about winning all the time. Because this has changed my view. I'm thankful for Netflix, Turkey, and all the fighters. My first goal is to make history, and I'm glad to be here."
What would you say from memory that you first thought this fight was a real possibility, that you started thinking about this fight actually happening?
Well, I started thinking about it, a couple of years ago when they started talking about Spence fighting Canelo. Then just, sizing him up, like, all right, how tall is he? How long his arms and things like that, just sizing him up like that and going to his fights and things like that.
The letters that the main characters wrote to their fans before the big fight set the tone for the conflict. "These people know I'm always ready to fight. I'm always my best self. I just want to thank you for them and all your help," the boxer responded. "That is wonderful. I hope they'll be there to cheer me on when I win." As they went from Omaha, Nebraska, to Las Vegas, Crawford told his group to look their best. "I also promised Bud that I would get rid of Canelo so that we could talk about another important thing we had done."
Of experts, I think Canelo's not the same fighter. His punch output's a lot less. What do you think, considering the last 12 months or so? Is he the same fighter he was maybe a few years ago?
I think he is. I just think, he just wasn't up for the skull fight. And I think, different fighters bring different, energies out of other fighters.
A lot of people are judging you on the Madrimov fight, saying you struggled moving up in weight. You're going further up in weight, and they're saying that's going to go against you based on the Madrimov fight. How do you
I only tell them to suit up. It's going to be an exciting day for boxing, and we're going to bring some more jewelry home, he stated. "We're going to make history. Soon, he'll be known as the three-weight unbeaten king. He will be the first boxer in history to win this title. I really mean it. I'm not going to fight or learn how to fight from anyone else," Crawford said. "I refuse to run because I have been fighting all my life. I told you I would touch you a lot." Before his fight with Madrimov, Crawford had defended himself by winning 11 straight fights by knockout. But it's also important to remember what happened over the last few years. Alvarez, who is 34 years old, said that his fight was important enough to go down in history. "The fight that happened with Skull, in a terrible fight, we won. That's all that matters," Alvarez said.
Listen, I called Canelo out because, like I said, he the last great fighter amongst the era that surpassed us. The Floyd, the Pacquiao, the De La Hoya. We both came up in that era, and he was right there with those fighters, and he got the chance to fight the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, and the Kovalevs and Triple Gs, and I wasn't able to get those mega fights.
Ryan Garcia, a famous fighter, recently talked about the amazing fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, who had never lost a fight before. Garcia, who is the undisputed super middleweight king right now, has fought Alvarez before. "Lots of people think he will fight again one day, maybe against Manny Pacquiao, who used to be the world champion." Garcia, who used to be the WBC interim lightweight champion, talked about this week's highly awaited fight in Las Vegas. The Californian thinks there is only one clear way for Crawford to win, and he doesn't think the Nebraska star will be able to do it. Garcia, who has a gold medal and is generally honest, said he was sure Crawford would beat Canelo in their historic title fight.
For Canelo, Rod. Keep it a stack. This is the fight of the century. Everybody's talking.
I know.
How do you see it, man?
Man, I really see I see that Bud is gonna do good. He's gonna do good, but I don't think he's gonna win. But I do see Bud getting a lot of punches off, being able to tag Canelo with so much.
He wants Canelo to do what he wants at the end of the super fight, though, so he thinks Canelo's early attack will fail, but has the ability to win. At Cigar Talk, Garcia said, "I don't think he's going to win, but he's going to do good. It doesn't matter how useless they are. I can see Bud hitting Canelo with a few hooks and a lot more hits. That is the issue. Nothing has changed." Canelo Alvarez is just getting more press. He then said, and I still see that happening.
The tag Canelo with some good shots, but they have no effect. That's the thing.
He has the best chin that I've ever
Bro,
seen.
and nothing moves his head.
Yeah, I've never.
So
I seen one time Triple G hit him and he kind of like, and then he's right back on it.
Bro, that's the thing. Like, I know he's gonna be able to hit Canelo because I've seen Canelo in sparring where he like, not that he's getting hit, but he is.
Still, Netflix's Andre Ward, who will be showing the Crawford vs. Canelo fight, has already talked about how he thinks it will end. Being in the ring is one of Canelo's best qualities, he told us. He always stands up straight, even when he's sleeping, so it looks like he's in charge. After seeing his Instagram story last month, they thought they would never be able to sleep again. This could make his opponent scared and worn out.
In the beginning, because Crawford is a great fighter as well. I think that the size difference is going to be too much for Crawford. I think that once they start mingling and battling, I think that Canelo might be able to get Crawford. But anything can happen. I mean, Crawford can catch him on chin too.
Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez are puncher boxers, not boxer punchers, he said. Both of them can box, even though they don't want to. They want to hurt other people. Boxing gives a lot of people a break, helps them focus, or gets them ready for what they really love. But I think they should both be able to punch and box. By September, these two people know how to use power well, but they should wait to act. While Ward was doing that poll, he didn't say who he thought would win.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but it's gonna be difficult. You take it to your home.
I'm taking them. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it come fight night.
I know Turkey's in your corner,
I promise you.
But look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
Ward did, however, make it clear in an interview with Fight Hype on August 29 who he thinks will win. I'm going with Terence Crawford, Ward said. His next word was large weight jump. Terence Crawford could not handle how strong you were. Now show me that you can beat his will. In the war, it will be dangerous. I didn't mean to hurt Canelo. When I said that, I'm not betting on Terence Crawford to win right now. You need to show me that you can beat him by accomplishing something. Ward talks some more.
Happening if Canelo for Terence Crawford. I'm going with Terence Crawford. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford quickly broke their promise not to say anything bad, and their news conference turned into one of the strangest fights in the history of press conferences.
Because we are true fighters. Yeah, true fighters, but we are true fighters. True, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters. Huh? Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah, of course. They need to talk about the fight because they want to say something. The people know we are great fighters. They want to put a great fight. Yeah. We don't need to talk. I am sure in the end in the mid of September.
The two fighters didn't care about each other like they did other opponents, and they made fun of each other. But I think I know who started it.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't know different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You're gonna see.
We'll
you know it.
We'll see.
We're gonna see.
The fight is being called the fight of the century, and Alvarez didn't think it would be close since Crawford is going up from light middleweight. He didn't think it would help him much, so he canceled a fight that looked good with a fighter who started out as a lightweight. The well-known Mexican boxer was then asked what would happen to his record if he lost to Crawford, who has been the undisputed winner twice. He's not going to beat me, the 33-year-old Canelo said quietly. Don't worry about it, he won't be able to handle me. I think this fight will definitely go down in the history of fighting.
He's patient enough, knows what he needs to do, but if he prepares for one thing, you come to the ring and do something different, that I know what it was that night. That night he knew he had to impress, and he knew that you know, if you know Terrence's style, he's trying to line up that straight left, you know, and he got to a point where that became, I gotta have this firework.
He's a great fighter, but not as good as Canelo. I have the experience, Alvarez said at a press conference. People only talk about my power, but I have more than that. This will be one of the best fights I ever had. Alvarez, who is 34 years old, took over the job after starting to box professionally when he was 15. Since then, he has won 67 fights, 27 world titles, and 11 world crowns. He is 3 years younger than Bryant. He will not be able to beat me, Alvarez told Crawford. Don't worry about it, at one point. And Crawford laughed and smiled. These belts are definitely going home with me, Crawford said.
He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
Even after 26 fights, Crawford too is still the fighter most boxers can only hope to be like. In a classy nod to Clarissa Shields, his American opponent, who had already done the same thing in the women's code, Crawford, the 19-time world champion and unbeaten two-weight king, said he would be the first man to win 3 belts. You don't have to tell me, but I will take them on fight night. I promise you. You see, I'm not like everyone else. Canelo, who has fought and won between 154 and 175 pounds, told her, "You don't look different. There's been no change." He's calling himself a winner and saying that he's the same as everyone else. You'll pay attention. I am someone special, Crawford replying.
However I gotta fight, I'm gonna win. Simple as that. I'm not gonna let somebody else force me or tell me how to fight when I've been fighting my whole life. You know, I won't be running. You know, I could tell you that. But I will be, you know.
He turned pro in 2008. He was 20 years old at the time. Alvarez's first game as a professional player happened when he was 15 years old. After supporting Crawford in public, Alalshik said, "This is the fight he always wanted." Canelo was now ready to fight. He is the only great fighter from a different time who is still alive. Oscar de la Hoya, Manny Pacquiao, and Floyd Mayweather are some of them. When he got the chance to fight them, we both grew up. I wasn't able to make it to the big fights. This is my big fight. It's my turn now. In August, Crawford beat Israel Madrimov, who was 30 years old, to win the World Boxing Association's light middleweight title. He hasn't come back since then. Canelo won back his undisputed 168-pound title in May by beating Riyadh and 32-year-old William Skull.
To a point where that became, I gotta have this firework at the end of the night, and that's what he was stuck on. He won't make that kind of mistake against Canelo Alvarez. And again, you know, coming to the ring, I don't think he expected Madrimov to have this counter-punching style that he came to the ring with, you know.
Be excited. I'm very excited, motivated, because this is all about. I want to make history, and I'm very excited for this fight. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing.
He's currently in a match on Netflix against Crawford in the main event, which could happen in the ring or somewhere else. Crawford said, "I can't lose to Canelo." The fight will take place at the 60,000-seat, 60,000-pound Las Vegas Raiders Stadium. He said, "Come on, man, what do you have planned? I don't need to talk to anyone else about it. Everyone is against me. I'll never say that another man can whoop me." That's your answer.
However they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we gotta fight, and I'm gonna win the fight. It's simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I didn't.
And there's any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
However, Canelo fought back. The great sport of fighting is being talked about here, not on the streets. Fans can't get enough of when two of the best players of all time play each other. Without a question, both boxers are ready to give it their all on the big day. The pressers were also new to us. That's all for now. Our YouTube page is where we share boxing stories, events, incidents, and acts as soon as they happen. Make sure that notifications are turned on so that you know when we post good stuff like this. Goodbye until next time.